Hey guys, so this is the last two, or these are the last two activities for lesson 4. You did it. Awesome job. So for activity J, I am going to say the word out loud. I do want you to say it with me. I do want you to do the word parts with me. And then you are actually going to type it into the boxes so that I know that you know how to sound these words out and spell them perfectly. The first word is persist. What word? Say the word parts in persist with me. First part, per. Next part, sist. Say the parts in persist to yourself as you write the word. And if I don't give you enough time to write the word, feel free to pause the video, write it, and then press play again. Let's go on, guys. I'm assuming that if you needed more time, you paused. So the second word is unafraid. What word? Unafraid. Say the parts in unafraid with me. First part, next part, next part. Let me go back and say those with you guys. The first part is un, the next part is the next part is frayed. Say the parts in unafraid to yourself as you write the word in box 2. Great. Box 3. And guys, I really do want you to do this and try it. If you end up being wrong, I'll just tell you to fix it, but it won't hurt your grade. The point of this is to try and make mistakes and to get better. All right, the word in box 3 is misinform. What word? Misinform. Say the first part with me. First part, miss. Second part, in. Third part, form. Say the word parts to yourself as you write it in box 3. Box number 4, the last word. The word is apart. What word? Say the word parts with me. First part, second part, part. The whole word is apart. Write it for box 4. All right, everybody, we're going to move on to activity K. So we're actually going to learn 2 new vocabulary words. So look at line 1 and read the word to yourself. What word? Discard. If you discard something, you get rid of it because you no longer want it or need it. So if you are throwing a box into a dumpster, you are discarding it. If you are throwing away an empty milk carton, you are discarding it. Think, what other things do we what other things do we discard in the classroom? So because I can't, have you guys actually say this to me, I'm going to have you you're going to write it at the bottom. So at the bottom, you'll have something like this, academic vocabulary sentences. And I want you to use this sentence frame and to finish it. In class, we discard, and you're going to finish that sentence with what we discard in class. I'll give you the choice to also do in the cafeteria, we discard. What do you discard when you're in the school cafeteria at lunch? All right, so write those sentences now or come back to them at the end of the video. Let's go to line 2. Persist. What word? Persist. Read the explanation with me. If you persist in doing something, you continue to do it even though it is difficult or other people are against it. When you keep trying again and again to read a long word, you persist. When you keep practicing and practicing a song on the piano, you persist. So for your sentences, I want you guys to think about a time when you persisted in doing something. So for example, your sentence frame could be, and guys, remember, you don't have to use my sentence frames. You could totally do your own. You just have to make sure that you use the words discard and persist. So one sentence could be, I persisted when, even though it was challenging, I persisted when. Second one just gives you a little more detail. So tell me, when have you persisted through something that may have been difficult or that other people did not want you to do? So write those words down here, everybody, and then I will read it when you send it to me. All right, you can pause here or move on with me to the review. So all of these 4 words are all words that you have learned in other lessons. Let's go over them real quick. Number 1 is what? Contrast. Number 2 is distinct. Number 3 is betray. Number 4 is absurd. So what you guys are going to do, down here in this text box, do a couple spaces, and I want you to write review. I am going to give you the definition of one of these words. You are going to write that word that matches the definition. So let's pretend that I say to you, I'm thinking of a word that means something different. You would write contrast. But that's not going to be the first word. I do. So you're just going to have a list. So you'll have all of these words down here in the box, but they will be in a different order. You'll match them with what I say. All right, let's try it. So, what word am I thinking of when I say, you can clearly hear someone's voice? Figure out or try to remember which word means when you can clearly hear somebody's voice, and write the word. Next one. I am thinking of a word very silly. Write the word. Very silly. One might even say ridiculous. Number 3. I am thinking of the word you hurt someone who trusts you. Which of these words means you hurt someone who trusts you? Write the word. And finally, I am looking for a word that means to look at 2 things and show the differences. Which word means to look at 2 things and show the differences? Write that word. Everybody, that is it for lesson 4. Great job. Let me know if you have any questions.